toxic masculinity.
Biden administration condemns Texas for reopening and accuses governor of ignoring the science.
Yeah, this is kind of a big one. So this is horrible, actually. So let's see here. Biden criticizes Texas and Mississippi for lifting restrictions, and he calls this Neanderthal thinking. Neanderthal thinking.
What thinking?
Neanderthal.
Okay. I think I know what it is.
Blah. Okay, like primitive man.
Okay, yeah.
Man, yeah. President Joe Biden sharply criticized states such as Texas and Mississippi for lifting COVID-19 restrictions against pleas from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and other top public health officials, accusing those in power of Neanderthal thinking. And I'm not going to read this. I'm actually going to play it. We got him right here. Look at the old guy doing a press conference after being criticized for not. Oh, we didn't put the headphones in. You want to get those?
I don't know where they are.
All right. Well, I'll just mute this. And I'll put our speakers on here. Okay.
Texas, I think it's a big mistake. Look, I hope everybody's realized by now, these masks make a difference. We are on the cusp of being able to fundamentally change the nature of this disease because of the way in which we're able to get vaccines in people's arms. We've been able to move that all the way up to the end of May to have enough for every American, to get every adult American to get a shot. And the last thing we need is the Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime, everything's fine, take off your mask, forget it. It still matters. I carry a card.
Yeah, so anyway, so he's got into this idea that...
Do you have our mics on?
I'm sorry?
Did you turn on the mics?
Yeah, I did, yes. Turn on the mics. Yes, I did. Thank you for interrupting me to say
Again.
that. All right. Well, anyway, so yeah, he thinks that if anybody's going to open up their businesses and stop wearing the masks, it's Neanderthal thinking. Well, let me tell you something, Joe Biden. It is not Neanderthal thinking. You know what is Neanderthal thinking? Continuing to wear the stupid masks. You know what is Neanderthal thinking? Continuing to keep our kids out of school. You know what is Neanderthal thinking? Keeping the businesses from opening that are, that keep people alive, that keep people fed, that keep people's quality of life up. You're destroying people's lives. I'm actually doing a video about this. I'm writing it right now. I'm going to post it in the next few days. It's about how lockdown... Shut the... LA, man, you guys. It's about how lockdowns have actually ruined a lot of people's lives and haven't worked. If you look at all the data, if you look at the graphs of the places that they did not have lockdowns, and you compare them to the places where they did have lockdowns, it's the same.
Like here in California.
It's ridiculous. A lot of the places that did not have lockdowns did better. And if you look at when the mask mandates were implemented everywhere, it's always before the biggest spike in coronavirus cases. The masks did nothing. The masks did nothing. The lockdowns did nothing. This idea that lockdowns... Hold on, let me look at my... There's this great thing that I posted on Twitter. Let me see if I can find it here. Of this guy with, like, different kinds of masks. But he's in really cold weather, so you can actually see the particles of water, when he's breathing. Fantastic visual of how masks just don't work at all. Okay, let me go ahead and switch this to desktop and check this guy out. This guy's amazing.
Never want to stop this out of our mouth because that's what COVID rides on. Here's one. Here's two. Next, we're going to try an N95 with a cloth mask. There's one. Here's a cloth mask on the N95. Here's two.
So anyway, so that guy I think illustrates better than anybody I've ever seen how particles, move around when you're breathing. And those masks don't do much. They will stop particles from flying at you, if you cough or something like that. But
Well, it's reducing the spread
Yeah, it's reducing how far you when you cough, how
If
far the
if you
particles
like
go.
genuinely sick, like coughing, fever, you maybe have to wear masks.
No, no,
So
no, no, no. If you're genuinely sick, darling, stay home.
I mean, you have to go like pharmacy,
No,
hospital.
no, you don't. You may have to go to the hospital, okay. And
Yeah.
in that case, if you're sick, you have to go to the hospital, wear a mask to get there. If you want food from the grocery store,
No, but nobody was wearing masks like 2 years ago when there's a flu, which like every
no, but
year.
you could make the argument that that's a mistake. That maybe people should. I mean, they're saying now people should wear the mask. I hate this argument. Look, if you're sick and you have coronavirus and you're afraid that people are going to die, don't leave your house until you're well. Like, order Instacart if you don't have somebody to bring you groceries. But like, just quarantine yourself. It's only like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. There's no reason to be running around wearing a mask. I mean, it's just idiotic. The whole mask thing is stupid. The whole lockdown thing is stupid. That's what I think. Okay, that's my opinion.
While states lifting these restrictions like Texas, no mask mandate, California have a double mask. And I think like in 5 years, everybody is not wearing masks except California because we just permitted to take off a second mask, but still
It'll
staying in the
just-
first
in
one.
5 years, they're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna reduce the mask to just one. That's pretty funny. All right. Well,
That's
anyway,
not, it's terrifying.
here's what really pisses me off. What pisses me off is, and they've been reporting about this lately, the rise in self-harm being inflicted by teenagers. Suicides are up. A lot of people are depressed. They've got all these problems. They're stopping us from being social. They're destroying our businesses. I mean, can you just imagine the number of people whose lives have been ruined because their businesses have been destroyed or they've lost their jobs? I personally have. I mean, I don't want to say who they are, but okay, it's my cousin. My cousin married a guy. He lost his job right during the COVID pandemic. Now they're back living with her parents. They're living with their parents. They're like 40. And they're living with their parents because of freaking COVID. And how many people are like that in America now? I mean, I'm sure there's tons. I mean, it's just heartbreaking because the guy's not a bad guy. It's not like he's lazy or he's not well educated or he's he's a bad worker or he's not talented or good at what he does. He's great. He's a great guy, a really good man, and he can't get a job because of this stupid COVID thing. He lost his job, and it's hard for him to get another one. And it's like, just open things. I mean, he's in a bad state. He lives in one of these states where they have everything locked down still. These leftist states, and it's like, you guys are just killing people. You're killing people. You know what Neanderthal thinking is? It's this authoritarian BS where you're like, we're gonna save some 95-year-old people in nursing homes, despite the fact that we're going to, increase the suicides amongst young men and even children.
They didn't even save those people.
No, they didn't even save those people. They didn't even save. You guys didn't even save the people you're pretending to want to protect. You stupid, disgusting, horrible people. You should all be voted out of office. You're disgusting and you're horrible. Okay, sorry. Moving on to the next story.
Well, I think we already been demonetized for this one, but okay.
Well, maybe not. Let's see.
Well, I think I just lost.
Uh-oh. I think the next story is about how
I found it.
Oh, you found it. Okay.
Yep. Dr. Simone
Gold.
Dr. Simone Gold speaks out about having the FBI storm her home.
Yeah, so this woman, she was one of these doctors who was coming out and saying, look, Toxic Masculinity. Weekdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.